I'm Robert.
And I'm John.
And welcome to the GenerationX MEN. Yes.
Take off.
Welcome. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. How you been?
Oh, just peachy in the 24 hours. Did a show a couple hours ago.
Seems yeah. I think
you did too. You were
we
busy.
both did. So yeah.
Wow.
So I did go back and watch most of your show from last week. Yeah. If you are out there and you did not watch last week's show from the G-Man on his channel, you should really go back and check it out. It was really good, and it was good a debate over local current topics. And
thank you, John.
and I'm kind of glad I wasn't on there. So.
It was civil. It was civil. And that's what
but
it was pretty civil. It was still pretty civil. That's what we're trying to keep it. It's just a lot of things that people don't talk about, and it's on their minds. And that's basically what I wanted to do.
Well, that's true, but there's a lot of things people don't talk about and shouldn't talk about.
Yep. True.
And then there's things that you should talk about
to make other people understand this is what's going on. It's like
no, and there is, you've got to have civil conversations about things and be able to have those opinions go back and forth, and that's perfectly fine. And
thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. So
yeah, please, but then I always want to go on to a rant of, and this side seems to be able to do it, and this side seems to be able to not be able to do it. But I'm trying not to go that direction every time. Yep. And it's like, I almost can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. But it was fun. And we're going to do that like once a month, that kind of a show. And I think it will be fun. It's good. It's good to relieve a little stress,
Right. It can also be more stressful, depending on who you're debating against. And
of course.
I mean, the good thing about me is I just can't pull my hair out. So,
well, these aren't enemies. These are good friends. I know these people. So it's like,
right. You know them, but they don't necessarily know each other.
Yeah. We're still having it's nice to get it out. Anyhow, big shout out to the chat. Splash Page, Monty. How you doing, brother? Nice to see you.
Mr. White Gloves.
Mr. White Gloves himself.
Oh, all right. So, let's talk. Right. Well, what?
Right there.
Just am I going?
Splash Page is going to do a
Are we selling his books?
Yeah. Yo, congratulations!
Dollar sale.
Monty, absolutely. FYI, going live this afternoon. So if you guys don't know out in the community, you're catching this on the rewind or catching it live here, go check out Splash Page's YouTube channel. He's going to do a live show. Boom. You don't want to miss it. Check it out.
He's got a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff.
Beautiful collection. And not just comics either. Oh my goodness. So
no. That's on the dollar sale, I bet.
So Splash Page brought up an idea, and sorry, Monty, but I didn't do my homework. But
I didn't either.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So we've asked people out there, and you Instagram us, me or John on Instagram, and here in the comment section, which is great, for topics or ideas that you want us to talk about. And one of them last week, Monty was asking about paper quality. He wants to do like a paper quality, and that has been troublesome the last 5 years or so. And one thing we've noticed, and I know I'm not the only one out there, but like the Marvel comics, some of the Marvel paper quality and ink, oof, damani. It's like, what? Do they just take it off the press? And as soon as you get the book, it starts to rub off. I'm like, what is that?
Don't forget this.
Yeah, a lot of that.
I mean, it's like, you know, California waves across a lot of those books. They come to you that way, and there's like, there's nothing I can do about that.
Yep.
I mean, besides put it in a press, smash it, heat it up, and let it cool down on its own, and try to hold its shape. But, you know, I like the old Bronze Age paper.
Me too.
You
Me
know,
too.
I like the paper that turns off white, and you know that. Yeah, there's a difference in texture and feel and smell, and you know, I
Absolutely.
like the old. Now they've released some of the facsimiles on the new paper, and they look gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm going to show you
They're
one right
beautiful,
now.
but it's not the same.
No, it's not, because you can kind of tell. So I bought it because of the cover, obviously.
Right.
And this was from House of Secrets issue 125. It's cover swipe, my reader copy. This was good. That's all I'm going to say. Just brings back memories. This is a very this is modern comic books. Okay. I'm an old man. I'm used to reading. I just want to show you something. Okay. The art on the inside it's good. It's good. It's about a woman. I'll tell you really quick. This is all pictures, dude. I counted how much reading was in here. There's 35 words in this. Literally 35 words. Everything else is artwork. Now it's about a woman who's being possessed by some ghost, and she gets stuck in a dollhouse. I like my horror stories. I do like art. It's not bad. You can definitely tell it's a modern book. I won't say what, but it's not bad. And they also have in the back of these blades. Now here's paper quality for you. Here's the difference. So this is good paper quality. It's not leaving fingerprints. So I know that's bugging Splash right now because I'm fingerprinting this whole thing up right now without gloves.
You said it was a reader, so yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's my reader. But still, on the same note, you see no wavy lines in this. There's nothing. And it's got a little bit of shiny, but it's still like, it's almost like cardstock. Is that what you call it? Cardstock? The paper is a little bit better.
Right.
But anyway, let's, there we go. Go back down. There we go. Oh, and then you go old school. I have this, he's been really hot lately. Bless his soul. You know, we're not going to have him very, very much longer. Everybody and their mother is, and I'm not into signed books. Perez.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you going to say?
No, I was. You're saying Prez or Perez?
Perez. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's been interesting lately. Because doesn't he have cancer or something like that?
George Perez?
George Perez does.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Which is a bummer. Yeah, that guy's a legend. What was it?
Got a few things signed by him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I got a few of his works from older time. But here's what makes me laugh. What is the new show on HBO that has some it's DC, Mr. Toilet Bowl Head.
Yeah, Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Okay, that's been funny.
I
It's been funny.
I have enjoyed it.
It's funny, and I just want to show you guys something. In this book, this guy looks like a badass, and he acts like a badass in the book, but on the screen, it's not the same guy. I got to show
The
this.
Vigilante.
Yes.
I love how they're doing Vigilante.
So
I
do
think
I.
it's incredible.
So do I. It makes me laugh. It totally makes me laugh. But here's Vigilante, first appearance.
Right?
Boom. And it's great. And you watch him on the show. Oh my goodness gracious. It's crazy.
Yeah, because in the show, he's just a guy with no feeling.
He's a geek. He's a geek.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching it, and Zach's like, so this is like the DC version of Deadpool? I said, yeah, except this guy, when he gets stabbed, he doesn't heal. You know,
No, he doesn't.
he's gonna die.
He's lost his mind. and that's funny. And the whole his friendship with the guy with
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh, something I forgot to do on my show last night. We can do it here. This is a big shout out to Matt, the boy who had 7. He sent some books my way, and I don't think I showed him last night. And these are for my grandsons, and they're big She-Hulk fans and X-Men fan. And he actually sent this. I just want to give him a quick. Thank you very much, Matt. So that's for my grandsons, X-Men the movie, and he sent She-Hulk number 1, 1989, She-Hulk number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. Hey, at least the reflection isn't too terrible. If I don't have my light on, I'm good. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. My grandsons, thank you as well. Maybe I'll get a video and have my grandson on my lap and thanks, guys. Have him say something. Because I've been building up on that. I've been building stuff up for my granddaughters as well. I have another granddaughter, by the way. I forgot to tell you this. This is news to me, John. My daughter, Sarah, just got married.
Right.
That was a total surprise.
Oh, yeah. You told me she got married.
Yeah. But it was
I thought you were going to tell me you had another granddaughter you didn't know about. And I was like, well, that's shocking.
Her honey has a daughter. So that'll be my.
Oh, okay. So you've got a
stepdaughter. Step granddaughter?
A new step granddaughter.
Granddaughter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. What is he saying here? What's this? Okay.
That is so 5 minutes ago. Where you been?
Yeah, exactly. I was late. Sorry. So what are you thinking out of the show, The Peacemaker?
Oh, I love it. I think it's a hilarious show. I think they've done a great job of taking a no-name character and making him into one of the best shows that DC has put out.
Been a while.
It's been enjoyable. I mean, it's definitely not a for kids kind of show, but it's a great show, and it's a lot of fun, and it's I think it's definitely guy humor the whole way through it. Sure. But even the intro to me is hilarious. I love it. I think the whole thing is a stupid dance routine and everything.
Very 80s, retro 80s. He's stuck in the 80s. It's hilarious. The big hair bands and all that is making me laugh. Oh,
all the heavy metal.
Yep. Too funny. So, on that same note of watching shows, I don't know if it's too late or too early to talk about it. It comes out Wednesdays. Everybody in their mind should have watched it by now.
They should have. I mean,
Boba Fett?
The book of Boba Fett. The cameo appearances of Boba Fett as of recently. How come the best 2 issues of Boba Fett, or the best 2 ones, one of them he wasn't even in, and the other one he just had a cameo.
Yep.
and those were the best two Boba Fett shows so far. Now,
Yeah.
granted, the other ones are good. The
Mhm.
whole series is good,
Yeah.
but I don't know. There's just something about the Mandalorian that
Here's what I think. You want to know
makes
what
it
I
better.
think? Talked to a good buddy of mine today, and all right. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched the cartoons. I've maybe watched one of those trilogies, and there's a lot of them.
There is a lot of them.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I'm going to have to go and catch up and see what I'm missing because I don't know if I notice there's different generations that like Star Wars and certain things that come into play, like an example of this show in particular, Cad Bane. I had no idea who this character was. I
Yeah,
think it was cool.
You got to go back to Clone Wars, I think, and
Yeah.
and catch Cad Bane.
Yeah. I was
So,
surprised.
so
That was a cool scene.
even that, I mean, if you look at that from when he first appeared, and even if it was in the cartoons during the Clone Wars, era,
Right.
that's 25 to 30 years in the past from where he's at right now.
Right. Yeah. People were
So,
saying, I think a couple of my friends were saying like he's in his 60s or 70s or something like that.
yeah, depending on how they age, you don't know. So,
Mm.
but
And because if you look at the
and
little guy,
how does Star Wars tie into the Generation X Men? That's where it all started. Because
that's
that's
our
what I grew
era.
up on. I remember watching it in the theater as a 6-year-old going,
Yeah, you're odd. Yeah. Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I watched that
this
multiple
is
times.
amazing.
Yeah. It was fantastic. They're showing our age right there.
Yeah. Was I 6? I might have been 5.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was. And so, most people our age who saw it in the theater, it was such a impact on them
It
from
was.
seeing, holy crap, this is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
that stuck with you your whole life. So
Yeah, it has. That's why we get so disappointed when we watch the ending of the trilogy. I'm like, what is going on?
the ending or any of the last trilogy.
I get it. I have to try to get it.
I mean, I didn't get it at all. I was like, yeah. The first one was just a repeat of the first movie.
Yeah.
So it was just they
My
took
issues.
everything and just made it.
Yeah, my issues with the technology parts of it. I mean, and you're telling me that okay, so it changed. So instead of having okay, so you're telling me past. So this is the thing I don't understand. This is the Star Wars universe. It's a fantasy picture, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what we remember is Death Star and then the making of the new Death Star that looked like a half moon, whatever. It was still a working, functioning
Right, wasn't
planet
done yet.
killer. And then in this last installment, they're in this different zone of space, and they got all of these star destroyers, not like Vader's ship. I'm talking about the small colonial class star destroyers. If you look at the size and the amounts of power for each one of those ships have got a planet killer on them now. I was having a hard time with that. I couldn't swallow that one.
Right.
And there's like a fleet of 100 and 200
but
of these ships.
you swallowed the entire planet that was a weapon. You thought that one was okay?
Yeah, because I can see that because it took immense power, energy to blow up a planet.
But it was a planet.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So it was a whole metal planet.
All right, I know what you're getting at. To me, a Death Star was a Death Star. It was a superstar.
It was a ship.
It was a ship, but I don't know. I had a hard time because if you're looking at scale and you get really super nerdy about it, Vader's ship, the Executioner, that was like 200 miles long. That thing was a ginormous ship. And you talk about all the little white Star Destroyer ones they have.
Right.
Those are smaller. Those are like half
his was the Super Star Destroyer.
Yeah. Just that's
and there was only a handful of those. There was like 3, maybe something like that.
Yeah. but it's interesting. It's fun.
But I mean, you got to, when you get into the nerd side of Star Wars, there
Yep.
is a huge amount of, you can't know everything.
No.
Yeah, I've read some really good Star Wars books, but for the most part, I stay away from the books.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, unless it's a like a standalone kind of book. I read Death Troopers on a long car ride. It was really good.
Right.
Yeah, it was a Han Solo Chewbacca kind of story, and like a zombie plague on a Star Destroyer. It was great. It was a good book. I
Right.
would recommend reading it. But and that's something we can talk about in future is what kind of books did you read when you were a kid, and what kind of books did I read that I still remember and would actually go back and read again today. So we can do that in the future.
That sounds good.
Um, but yeah, Star Wars had a big impact on a lot of people, and still does. And you just kind of wonder, did you have Star Wars fans work on this,
Yeah.
or did you just be like, "Hey, guy, you want to do this with me?"
Exactly.
It's
Yep.
like, hey,
You wonder.
yeah. He's like, okay, well, I understand that you're in charge and you're getting paid for this, but do you know? Did you really think about this before you did it?
Right. Well, I see that they're trying to mix in stuff. Here's the cool thing.
Campbell just asked a question.
Hold on.
So, do you guys like the new Han Solo movie? I did. I did like it. I thought Solo was a great movie, and I thought the criticism that it got was bogus.
Yeah, I thought it was unfair.
I thought it was a great film. Okay, it wasn't Harrison Ford.
No.
You knew it wasn't going to be Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Because you can't go backwards in time, and if we could, then we would. But you had to get someone that could act as close as he could to how Han Solo acted. It explained the meeting between the two and all that kind of stuff. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Answered a lot of questions. The whole Kessel run and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, that was cool.
And why that was such a big deal.
Yeah.
And that one was great. Now, was it the best one? No, it's going to fit somewhere in the middle there.
Yep.
But Rogue One,
yeah,
that one's way up there at the top.
I love that.
That was a phenomenal movie.
Yep.
I
mean, yeah, everybody's going to die.
Zach, when I took Zach to the theater to see this, he's not as big a Star Wars geek, so he doesn't really understand the whole story process. He knows where this movie sits,
sure,
but he doesn't. He doesn't really
get into the nerd.
He didn't know
the
whole story behind it.
Sure.
So we're sitting there in the theater, and I reach over to him and I said, they should have called this movie Suicide Squad. He's like, what do you mean? You'll find out.
Exactly. Because we've known it since
You'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, from New Hope.
These characters aren't going to be in part 2, just so you know. Mm-hmm. Don't get too attached.
Yep.
They ain't going to make it.
Nope. I thought it was great. It was so cool to have that part of the story in transplant. I mean, did you not have the hair raised on the back of your neck at the end of that when they're capturing?
When Vader comes in?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It shows his full potential. I mean, you've seen it in the movies, but not like that. That was intense.
Yeah, but in fact, I can actually show you that because I have that saved.
I love this scene. Love this scene. One of my favorites all time.
Oh, let me see. Where do I have that at?
You can definitely show it.
It's right. Oh, is it not there? I've got Emperor Dies. Oh, man. I thought I had it right there in my war stuff. But
war videos.
yeah, I guess not. I guess that's one of the ones I don't have right there. Nope,
Yeah,
that's not it. That's war. Yep. Nope. I don't have it. I thought I did.
the way they did that though, it's like all of a sudden you're
Yeah, they made him into, they're like, oh yeah, that's why people are scared of him. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yes, it does. So getting to that, which I
Right.
found interesting. If I'm sorry, if I'm get this is spoiler alert. So if you're watching this, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I should have like a little thing up.
For
Deep,
what?
deep,
For
deep.
spoiling what? What can you spoil on Star Wars?
Well, Boba Fett.
Boba Fett,
Getting
right?
back to Boba Fett, the recent show.
He's alive. Spoiler.
Okay. All right. Whew. What can I say other than that gunfight was really cool?
Okay.
Okay. We're not seeing a lot of Boba Fett. They're mixing in some story elements to progress the Star Wars universe. So I can see why they're adding these elements in.
Right. They're setting up new stories for down the road.
Yeah, and I get that. I have a feeling that we're gonna lose Boba Fett.
No.
I do.
It's not going to happen.
I think they're gonna kill him.
No.
I really think so.
No. No. Squirrel. No.
Yeah, exactly. Squirrel.
No. That's not going to happen.
Light a fire. Get mad.
No, they won't do that because they just went through so much just to bring him back.
Yes, and the thing is, impressive on the whole Luke Skywalker thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, talk about full circle.
Right.
I felt like I was watching Empire Strike Back. That whole thing with Grogu.
Right.
I had fun watching my queen watch it with me because I right away. I would watch it again anyway, but I'm like looking at my wife watching that part, that whole thing. She was just like lit up like a little girl. She loved Grogu on the jumping around and doing the practice. That was it was good, entertaining. Okay,
it was really good, and I enjoyed it. Do you guys like to see? What Star Wars movies would you like to see remastered with today's technologies for IMAX? Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back for sure. Yep.
I mean, that was the best Star Wars movie anyway.
Yep.
And to remaster that one completely, I think that would be the one to do.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but Empire really sits up there at the top, and it's the first movie that a lot of people can remember where the good guys lost.
Yeah,
I mean, they walked away like, we just got it handed to us.
Yep.
What happened?
Yep.
Yeah, and people are missing, and we just got beat like we stole something, and you kind of walked out of that one going, that was awful. Yeah. but it was great, and it was really smart because now you're looking forward to the next one because now I want to see how this gets turned around.
And the cool thing about that too, though, is they talk more about the Force and they talk about all of that. That was in that too as well with Yoda.
Right.
That was interesting.
Now, if they, what I would like to see done that hasn't been done the same way they did Rogue One is I would like to see that in between movie of Shadows of the Empire, which took place between.
Yes.
And that's another book. If you've never read a Star Wars book, read Shadows of the Empire.
Yes.
That takes place from Empire Strikes Back to Return of the Jedi and fills in that gap. And they can say it's not canon or whatever, but it is
perfect.
That is a good book. Read that one.
Yeah, especially the whole with
Prince Zizor was the bad guy, and
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Right. Thrawn.
Yeah. Ooh.
And that's where it brings Thrawn in, who was supposed
to have the executioner.
Now, well, he had another Superstar Destroyer.
Yep. Yep.
He was one of those other ones.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing about the Empire. If you look at the Empire in the movies, complete racists.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There is no aliens in the Empire.
Yeah. If you look at it.
Until you saw Thrawn.
Yeah.
And Thrawn was the first alien that had any kind of power and wasn't just normal, human looking.
Yep.
The only aliens in the Empire were contractors.
Yeah. Yep.
They were just hired. Yeah, they were hired spies, workers, blah blah blah. The Empire was, prejudiced as all get out.
Yeah.
And then, now this is a bad lead into this, but you can also play devil's advocate on both sides of Star Wars, as far as, okay, the rebels were the good guys.
Yeah.
Were they?
Exactly. Exactly. This is one thing too. A big shout out to VV Vigilante. Yeah, he's really big into this whole thing too, because he actually sees that. You can see that. You can actually see that. And everybody's talking about, like, does really people know what the Ewoks really were? Little cannibals. They ate people.
Yeah.
I'm like, little furry guy.
I saw a meme the other day of Princess Leia in the dress, and they're like, do you think they told her what happened to the previous person that was wearing that dress they gave to her?
Exactly.
They're just dressing her up for dinner. That's all they're doing.
Exactly. But yeah, when you say that, though, when you're talking about both the groups,
there's
exactly.
And if you big picture, you look at the Empire. The Galactic Empire was Rome.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They were just, they conquer and expand and conquer and expand, and then they would put governors over top of the. It's what they did in the original.
Yep.
Is they said, okay, the individual governors will now have control over that section. That's when they did away with the Senate.
Yep.
Yeah, the emperor disbanded the Senate and got rid of it and said, no, my individual governors are going to control this now.
Yep.
They'll report directly to me. So he took out everybody's say so. And say, okay, it's up to this guy to control this area. If that doesn't work, I kill that guy and put somebody else in that I want there. So there's it is a actual power structure that see, you're saying the Empire was Nazis.
Nah.
No, they weren't Nazis.
They had the look. They did have a look to it, but
especially in these last three, it was like, where'd all this come from?
Yeah,
what symbol is that? That's but the
people think it's like the German.
Right. And I understand they were a very militaristic society.
Yep, true.
And they did force their will on a lot of people.
Yep.
And it was a my way or the highway kind of, kind of mentality. It was not a democracy.
Nope.
But you know what? Democracies don't always work. They only work until people realize they can vote in what they want to make their lives better and not the good of the entire people.
Right.
So every system is flawed. There is no perfect system.
No. Very true.
Was there good sections of the Empire? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they had you when you rule with an iron hand, stuff gets done.
Yeah.
You will have prosperity. Things will get built. You'll die if you don't, but things will happen.
Sure.
And then when when you have the other side in charge, things will happen then too. They may not happen as fast, but I mean, there's different systems to be run all the way around. So, there's good and bad.
Very true.
But everything, yeah. So even before the Empire was in effect. Let me see what it says. I am a perfect system as long as
I got it up.
exactly.
Nice splash.
So yeah, the Empire was a big machine,
Yep, it
and to
was.
them, the rebels were little pieces of metal getting in the cogs and the gears, and they
Exactly.
just wanted to grind them out and get them out of the way. And was it did they really steal it from everybody? They went through the proper channels to do it.
Right.
I mean,
Building
so
system and everything.
I mean, just the fact that he was a Sith Lord, that didn't make him unfit to rule
Yeah.
unless you were a Jedi. And then, then they said, well, no, he's evil. He's got to be killed.
Interesting thinking.
So the Empire was a communist society.
I don't know.
Probably more along that line, or socialist.
Yeah, socialist, I'd see more. Yeah.
Probably. And he did, to an extent. He was voted in.
Yeah, he was. But yeah, that's a whole other story. We're not going to go there. Good job there, Splash. I see where it's going. It's going to stop right there. I'm not going down that road.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the Empire is
Sure.
great and they're the way to go with go Empire. No,
Yeah.
but
They're ruthless.
Right. Yeah, right. They were. And they, even in the movies, a lot of the door-to-door taps. Dink, dink, dink. Anybody in here?
Yeah, I mean, so what is your opinion of Boba Fett so far?
I thought we were talking about socialism and communism.
No, we're not. We're talking about that. We're not talking about that, guys. Stop it in the chat, please. I could see where that was going.
My opinion, Boba Fett, is it's a great show.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed the backstory, and the whole story with the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah,
to actually humanize them.
Yeah,
that they're not just some kind of
John?
mindless, tribal.
I'll be honest. You know what I was hoping for with the Tusken Raiders?
That they were going to be the ones that would come and help him?
No, I was hoping that they would show them underneath their garb. Because if you look at them.
Right. Yeah, they never take them off.
No, they never take them off. But their movements and everything under all that. I don't know why I thought female.
One of them was that you could tell.
Yeah.
The one that taught him everything.
Yep. That was cool. I was like, just like what we're seeing here with the Mandalorian.
Right.
Yeah.
And that may be one of the things they're leading into is that, so he was taught this whole fighting style with the bow or the, whatever the Tusken staff.
Yep.
So, and maybe that training he's then going to instill on the Mandalorian to help with that dark saber.
Sure.
So it could be something along that lines, or maybe the dark saber is a whole different kind of thing. I don't know, but
interesting.
It was really cool that you've always envisioned Boba Fett as being this indestructible force, and they just whooped him like he was nothing.
Yep.
And because he was great with a weapon, with a blaster and stuff like that. When he went hand to hand, he was he just got schooled.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So them teaching him hand to hand, I think that's going to be incorporated somewhere in the future.
Yep. Excellent. Have you been reading anything lately, bud?
Do I have time to read anything lately?
I forget. Oh my goodness, you had a very busy night last night.
Man, I come home from work and work on orders for the next week. And I come home from work and I work on them again. And I come home from work and I work on them again until I get up to Friday. And now I've started doing my FOC show on Friday. So I'm doing that live so that people can watch it on the rewind. Because I have some people that didn't want to come into the room and do that kind of stuff. So okay, so now I'm just going to do it live, and you can watch it on your own or be in the chat or whatever, and maybe other people can see what we do too,
Sure.
and might want to join in. I don't know. It's all up to them. But yeah. So I got that. Then I got the every other Saturday show. Try to take a little bit of time for myself.
Yeah, you need to.
And then I got this thing with you. So I was like, oh, what the hell?
Oh, that's really. This is a nice little break. Let you relax a little bit. What I'm really liking seeing here is by Rodney Barnes. I've been noticing lately in the last few weeks that people are starting to finally pick up on this story. This Nightmare blog.
The Nightmare blog, yeah.
Excellent.
I think is that a 6-parter?
Oh, well, a 6-parter what? I'm buying them all when they come out. But this is so good, you guys.
Let me look it up.
Have not read this. It's excellent. Excellent. And one thing I noticed was big shout out to Jen, Comics Will Break Your Heart, and Dan from Comic Chop Up News. They were talking about this book as well. And it's been getting on their radar. And they're really enjoying it as well. They had a good show last night. They had a show and they were doing a interview with Rodney Barnes, the guy who did Philadelphia.
See, and that's one that I wish I had picked up at the very beginning. I had Philadelphia #1,
right?
And I think I got it for almost nothing, or in a pack of something. And
notice that's who they were interviewing, the guy that did this.
And that's one of those ones that I wish I had started reading because it looks like that is a really cool story.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to have to pick it up in trades or whatever to read that story. Yeah. But that one looks really cool and interesting. And
well, I thank you very much, John, for getting me on that one. I really enjoy it. It's one of the ones out of I don't know how many different ones I've tried to read and not like, but that was an example of like, you know, why about that is because of the House of Secrets.
Right.
But like I said, went through it, didn't take very long. There's like 35 words in it. That's it. It's very short. But it was good.
Good. Now, as far as books that are coming out, down below, this is one that is on final today. So that's Crimson Rain #3, and that's the Black Chrysanthemum cover. So that one is really cool.
It is cool.
And that one was done by, I don't remember. La Roca. Yeah. So that's a La Roca cover. And
very cool.
That's one
Campbell,
to watch for.
Sorry, buddy. I haven't read the new one yet. I'm still waiting for it. I'll get it.
Animal Castle 2, it is now up to 5.
Cool.
So it was originally a 3-parter, and then I saw that #4 was in the works. Good. Now #5 is in the works. And I've heard people say that, well, it's just like Animal Farm.
No, it's not.
In a sense, your basic storyline of it is animals.
Yeah.
Characters. Yeah. But
thumbs up or thumbs down, Campbell? What's your opinion? I want to know.
Give me your opinion on this one. I've read #2.
Yeah.
I read it as soon as I got it in. So
well, tell me your how did you
like I want to hear his because I want
to hear it too.
Yeah. Let me know what your thought. Did it go the direction you thought it was going to go?
Curious.
Because that's what I'm curious on.
Okay.
Because it did take a turn that I didn't see it coming.
Okay, he said great so far.
Right.
Okay.
And it is. It it is a really good story, but it went a direction that I was kind of like a nope. What?
Nope. What?
Oh, did it take a direction you thought was, it didn't surprise you any in the way that it went?
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Well, good. I'm happy about that. I'm looking forward to reading that.
Yeah, it's a really good story, and the art is really good, and it actually gets me to care about a cat, which, that is a huge amount of success in just itself. So, didn't see it going that way. Okay, so it did take a turn that you didn't expect.
Okay.
And yeah, so it was the same way for me. I read it and I was like, well, that's different, but okay. Kind of does. That might be why I find him so attractive.
I love it.
That might be what attracts me to that cover right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too funny.
But even in Book of Boba Fett, back to that with the Black Chrysanthemum in it, that was hilarious because they always talked about in the movie of, Wookiees will pull your arms out of your sockets.
Sure.
Well, he just ripped his arm completely off.
Yeah.
And you're like,
crunch. Yeah, I was just like, wow. Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, and her even trying to calm him down. It's like, well, I'll pay your tab. Just just let him go.
Yeah.
No, I got this. Throws the money down on the counter and walks out.
Yep. That was good. I'm glad they kept to this true to the form of the character, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, he was a pit fighter. That's pretty much what he was. So
gladiator.
Now, what I would love to see, and I'd love to see it, and I told Professor this in chat on IG. See, I would love to see a Mandalorian and Black Chrysanthemum team up. I'd like to see those two in their own show, like a Han Solo and Chewbacca bounty hunter team up.
That would be cool.
And I'm like, that would be phenomenal to watch because I think people want to see more of him.
Sure.
Now they want to see more of this big Wookiee.
Yeah, me
big,
too.
Mean Wookiee.
Yeah.
And then they want to see more of the more mellow-headed, gunfighter Mandalorian.
Sure.
But I think what people like more about Mandalorian is he doesn't take the helmet off.
No.
So it doesn't ruin the
mystique about
character.
Him. Yep.
I did not like Boba Fett walking into a bar and taking his helmet off.
Me neither. I didn't either.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, all that means is you can get shot in the head. Why would you do that? To me, that made no sense.
Yeah.
If you were in town, giving that persona of power, you don't show your face like that. You always have that helmet on.
Sure.
Because that's what they fear. They fear that. They don't fear your face. So, but it's just me rambling, in my opinion.
No, it's all good, but
in my humble opinion, how you cover everything up. But
thank you. So if you guys don't know about it, make sure you go check out just a little podcast, Cookie. His links are down below in the description.
Okay. Yep.
Please go check out Cookie.
Cookie's a good dude,
man,
and definitely check out his show. He puts a lot of work into his show.
His podcasts are excellent. They come out every Wednesday, I think it is, something like that. Monday or Tuesday, something like that. In the beginning of the week, you'll start a new podcast. So if you check them out on Spotify or any other those networks, please go check them out. Good job, Cookie. I'm enjoying it so far.
And he just started his back up for the new year. He took a little break.
Yep.
And now he's back into it again.
What else?
All right. So we got about 10 minutes left.
Yeah, we do.
So,
did you want to talk about what else?
Old hands sing a song or what? Yeah.
Well, I was going through, what is it here? Oh, a new reading pile. The next thing to be reading is New Bern.
Okay.
I'm gonna check that out.
Detective story. Yep.
And the other one is This Hungry Earth, Riddens Under Snow Clear Hills. Another one I got from you.
Oh, The Rush.
Yep. Read that. And
Campbell's been reading The Rush. What do you think about that one, Campbell?
how about Campbell? How is it?
And then What's the Furthest Place from Here?
That's the other one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm curious. How is it?
Now, What's the Furthest Place from Here? That's one of the ones that had the records that would come with them. And they're pretty rare to get in, so I'm still waiting on those, but
Not bad. Cool. Okay, excellent. Yeah,
and
those
The
are
Rush, I think, is on number 5 now.
number 5 now.
4 or 5.
Okay. And then I still got to get through. I've only got through half of it, but I'm loving this.
Mother F goose.
Yeah, I didn't say it. I just showed it. That's all.
Well, I will say congratulations to Frugal, who ended up winning my drawing last night.
Excellent, dude.
That was my Pictionary drawing for my show. Yeah, stage drew each one of those, and
Show it again. Show it again. Bring it up
I
there.
just showed it.
Oh, do it again. You know what? You gotta hold it still for a minute. So what
Still.
characters is that? That's all what? DC?
These are all DC villains.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, and then in our chat, the first person to name all the heroes that went with each of these villains, I gave 10 extra entries into the quarterly drawing for the slab, and those went to Woodsman Comic Hunter, who Comic Hoarder, right?
Yep.
Who he got 9 right off the bat, and then he had to look up Upside Down Man. He's like, I had to research that one to figure out who that one was. And he said Justice League Dark, which, I said, it's either Justice League Dark or Zatanna, either one. And yeah, but I learned some on that because there was characters in there that I didn't know.
Right.
And as I'm building this thing, I'm like, I've got to
character on there too.
Do what?
You had a pre-Golden Age character on there as well.
Shadow Thief.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did
that one was
a lot of people in there?
Do what?
Did that stump a lot of people on that one?
Nobody got Shadow Thief and nobody got Upside Down Man.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what I expected going into it. That nobody's gonna know these.
That's good though. That's fun.
But that's our last Pictionary for a while. Next time is Blackjack. Next 2 shows is Blackjack.
Those take you like 6. How long did it take you to do the drawing ones?
That one overall probably around 5.5 to 6 hours.
Yeah. So it takes a lot of time. But you know what? Kudos. I think it's excellent when you do it.
It was a lot of fun. And then Frugal won that one, and he won my last one too.
Congratulations, Frugal.
He got the Disney one and this one.
Very cool.
Oh. And he's like, I'm framing them, so hey, whatever.
I know what people don't have.
I don't know what people don't have. Well, I know people don't have a lot of things, but
yeah, well, no. I have your first art.
You do. You have my first sketch cover that I've ever did. And it shows.
And it what?
And it shows because it's very minimal.
No. Doggone it. I had it right here.
Yeah. It's because you threw it away because it wasn't any good.
You think I would throw your artwork away? You're out of your mind. There's John's first works. Yeah.
That was my first one. Black cover, Morbius.
Excellent.
I was like, well, I can't draw Morbius, so I'm just going to draw some fingertips. And
still cool, dude. Sorry. I have to do that. What is Splash saying? Okay. All right, John, why don't you tell people what's going on, buddy? Next week?
Well, so on Friday, I will be having my FOC show at 8:00, and you're welcome to stop by and see what we do there. Those are for my people that pre-order with me, and they'll get 25% off everything they pre-order. If you're interested in joining that, hit me up on Marvelous Comics 73 on IG, or shoot me an email, marvelouscomics@mail.com, and I'll get you in on the pre-order list. We kind of will hold stuff until people are ready to have shipped, so we kind of combine shipping as much as we can to keep shipping costs down. And if you don't think you're getting what you should be getting from your comic shop and you want something specific, yeah, we'll help you out. We don't do it to make a lot of money, because we don't. But
if you're smart and you pre-order, you get a discount on it.
But what I do see a lot on IG and other places is where a brand new book comes out and they're selling that book for an inflated amount from cover price, and I don't do that. So if it's cover price, at least for the first week, it's going to be cover price, and if I have it, it's going to sell at cover price. So if nobody takes it, nobody takes it. But
yep, excellent.
Yeah, I hate that whole, well, this book just came out and it's really hot, so I'm going to sell it for 15. Well, no, it just came out.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It just came out. You need to sell it for cover price and give people the opportunity to get it. Yeah. And if your store's doing that, they're wrong. I'm sorry. And if you're doing that, you're wrong. So,
yeah.
What did Black Panther 3 go for last night? 40.
There you go.
But not because I put it out at 40.
Exactly.
I put it out at $3.99. $4.99. Cover price.
Sure.
So
okay. Well, we're there. We're at the hour mark. Perfect timing. You need some rest. You've been like,
and I'm still going to be doing that until about 11 o'clock tonight, because now I've got to do invoices. And
well, you got a little break time.
No, this was my break. I slept through this whole thing, so now I'm refreshed and
yeah, okay. All right.
Take off.
Yeah. So everybody out there, thanks for being here. If you check us out on the Rewind, please go check out everything on the bottom and check out John, and have a wonderful week, and we will see you.
And give us some topics that you want us to talk about.
There you go.
And we'll talk about some stuff. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll talk about
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We came up with this topic like 5 minutes before the show. So
yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Done. Awesome, buddy. I'll see you.
All right, man.
Take care, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.